How can AI be used to optimize business processes? By the end of this video, you will be able to spot where AI can improve speed, accuracy, and decision-making in your existing processes. AI can supercharge your business, but only if you do this first. Most people use AI for shortcuts. I'm going to show you how you can use it for breakthroughs in your business. We've worked with many companies that automated their processes using AI. AI is a great tool for insight, prediction, and automation. I've seen our clients use it for forecasting, data analysis, workflow automation, customer segmentation, etc. I've seen AI being very successful, cutting costs significantly, and also gaining valuable time that was used in order to create new, better things. I also saw AI creating chaos and confusion when it wasn't used correctly, or where it created chaos and confusion in the process because instead of optimizing the process, it actually created a bigger bottleneck. The bottom line is that AI, without defined processes, can cause chaos. It actually has to be a warning, probably, on every AI. Do not use without defined processes. Because if you don't have defined processes, you are creating a solution that might not be solving the root cause of the problem, but will actually add an additional problem. Because now you have a process that is more complicated as opposed to being simpler, faster, easier to use. So let's talk about best practices and what you need to do in order to ensure your success in using AI. So it is a 4-step process. The first one is define, the second is document, the third is optimize, and the fourth is use AI. So let's talk about each one of those steps. Define. You have to define your processes. You have to map your processes, map the workflow from beginning to end. What's the input to the process? What's the output? Where are the decision points? Who is in charge of those decision points? What is the outcome of each one of those decision points? Once you have the process mapped, document the inputs, the outputs, the decision points. When you document the inputs, make sure you also documented what happens before that. Where is the actual start of that process? It's like a relay race. It goes from one person in the organization to the other. And those points of connection and communication can very often be documented, but they have to be very precise. And you have to know who gives what to whom at what point so we don't lose that process. The next step after you document your processes is to optimize them. This is a very exciting opportunity, and I want you to look at it as an exciting opportunity because this is where you are going to be able to streamline, this is where you're going to be able to improve, this is where you're going to be able to find those hidden profits that are sitting there that you're just not tapping into. You optimize the processes by going over the documentation and seeing where you can improve it. Is the sequence correct? Here are some tips on how to optimize your processes. Go over what you documented and ask yourself, are there any steps here that are redundant, that are unnecessary? Are there any steps that can be combined? Is the sequence correct? Are there any additional steps that can be entered into the process in order to make it better? And that is something that people often overlook. They think that simplifying something means to cut steps out, but it's not necessarily always the case. Sometimes you can add steps in order to improve the output that will then increase your profits because it's something that will help your customers better. So there is an entire checklist that goes into how to optimize the process. Then, as part of the optimization, look for repeatable tasks that if you had an AI agent or some sort of an automation or software do, you will be able to make the process better, faster, better results, more profit, etc. I'll give you an example. One of our clients in the home improvement industry, they documented the processes on how they do the lead intake, and they realized that their agents human agents, and they realized that the intake specialists are spending a lot of time capturing notes and then putting into their CRM system so the next person can follow up. So they found an AI tool that can capture those notes, but it had to be programmed correctly to capture the exact notes that they needed, then spit out the next actions. Now, because we had the process documented, we knew exactly what was needed. We were able to work with the AI integration specialist to make sure that the output is the exact output that we wanted. Without doing that, it would have been a random output. Maybe it would have worked and maybe not. But because it was very precise and aligned to the process that actually worked for that company, it increased their ability to handle leads by a significant percent. So we talked about the steps: define, document, optimize, and now the last step is to integrate it with AI and find out what tools are out there that can make the work simpler, faster, better. Now remember this rule: AI enhances what is already working. It does not solve broken things. You are the one who have to solve the broken processes and then use AI to make it better and enhance it and achieve better results. After watching this video, you will understand why AI might not give you the ROI that you are looking for. AI can take your processes farther, but only if they're already optimized. In the next video, I'll show you how to use standard operating procedures, SOPs, to turn inconsistent workflows into well-oiled systems, so AI can enhance what is already working. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel and watch the next video. I am Adi, the founder of Business Success Consulting Group. I've been working with entrepreneurs and business owners for over 30 years to systematize their business and ensure that they have processes that really work.